Well, it's lovely to have Jack back, I have to say, Daniel. It's lovely to have Jack back. Jack was Jack was away. Hannah. Jack was
I have the thing with the microphone. I just forgotten.
I know, but you just have to point
me.
it towards your mouth. I'm so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, God. This is like Crap's last... No, it's Exit. It's John Paul Sartre. It's just existential. No, okay, come on, let's start positive. 2025. So the plan was we were going to drink champagne. Well, I'm not drinking champagne. Jack, Daniel and Hannah were going to drink champagne to celebrate the new year of 2025, but Hannah decided to freeze or to chill her champagne when she put it in the freezer. And then she forgot about it. Then when she opened the freezer, what happened?
And I opened the drawer, and to my horror, there was just shattered glass. And I've actually taken the photo of that.
Have you got the photo there?
Yeah, I've got a photo, so it's a proof that I did have Dom Perignon champagne. Its value, 200.
Just show me the picture. €200.
The most expensive slushy ever. Show the camera.
Yeah. Well, I'll put it up. You can send it.
You can show it just.
Well, you can. I'll see. Hannah will send it to me.
Yeah,
okay.
And that champagne is very rare. It's a very good vintage. It's worth up to $300. I got it as a present last year, and I was really looking forward to celebrate this year the new beginning of our podcast and lives, and Jack's success in Amsterdam.
It's a bad omen.
Well, then me and Daniel went down to the Spar shop and bought. What did we buy? Moet and Chandon for.
You don't say Moet, you say Moet, because actually that champagne is the owner is Dutch.
Okay, so
you know how to pronounce it, but you don't know how to
drink it.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard that you should chill it in the fridge and take it out and chill it in the freezer for a few minutes. And
not
then take
overnight.
it out and put it in a fridge. But I don't know. I thought that
idea.
with age I'm getting wiser, but it's not always the case. The age does not guarantee that you become wiser. I actually noticed that the older people are, the more forgetful they become.
Yeah,
and maybe they actually going backwards. I don't know. Maybe it's time to do crosswords and learn the new language, play the piano.
Oh God!
Or a violin.
David's drinking Luco and Zade.
Luco and Zade. Oh, that's a new champagne for alcoholics. I like Luco and Zade, and Lucozade can contact us and sponsor our podcast.
Nobody's fucking you know what I mean? Come on. Okay, look. Oh boy. So that was quite shocking.
Yeah, I thought it was a bad omen. Is that a bad omen? Can we turn it into something positive? Actually, when I came in, Daniel was the only one who said it's only an object. And it's not important.
Daniel's good in a crisis.
Don't cry over spilled champagne.
Oh, yeah, exactly. It's just champagne.
Yeah, don't cry over very expensive liquid.
Yeah.
So it's been quite a year. We're doing a 2024 roundup. I guess what was the biggest event of the year? Trump getting elected, or else Trump getting assassinated. Attempted assassination.
Yeah, I think his iconic picture with his hand up.
Yeah, just can you honestly... Come here.
Again?
Yeah, no, but it's just unbelievable. Just point it. You see, look.
I think we should go around to everyone, and everyone should say...
Look. You know, just point it. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Okay.
I think everyone should say what's their biggest moment of the year. You know?
Yeah, okay, yeah. but it just blows me away. Like if you were doing stand-up comedy, would you be like, hello, look,
Yeah, I would like to mention that I did attempt to do stand-up comedy on this podcast, and that's why we're not laughing. And it was really traumatic for me. I could not feel more stressed and under pressure that during those podcasts. I think I don't think I want to ever remember them.
Okay, yeah. Well, so Trump, the assassination attempt. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You look at these things from a different country, from a different perspective, and you see these people. Somebody wanted to kill Trump. I mean, it's still. I guess if he had succeeded, this assassin, you know, I don't know where we'd be now, or how different the world would be, but. The fact that he missed, or the fact that Trump just with a little movement of his head,
I think
just
he
got
was
nicked
at something.
yeah,
he was reading teleprompt, and just because of doing that, it saved his life. It's just amazing. But I love his reaction. I love his invincibility, and even though he's like what, about 80, he's 78 or.
I don't know how old is he? 78.
He's quite old.
What did you think of the whole thing, Jack and Daniel?
Yeah.
Yeah, the what? It's just...
Yeah.
Well, I know, you know what? I don't think many people would behave that way. And a lot of people would duck down and hide and run without shoes. I love the fact that he did not, forget his shoes. Because if you take off your shoes, you're instantly just like, you're losing your dignity. That's what happened to me, and as I was saying with this Irish broadcaster who wanted to take my shoes, and I was just like, I'm not losing my dignity. No, I'm not standing there in my socks, and who knows if they were just...
So Hannah is equating the time that Miriam O'Callaghan asked to borrow shoes to Trump after an assassination attempt, saying, put my shoes on.
I understand now where you feel this kinship.
Yeah, this kinship.
This shared experience.
This kinship.
Yeah, it makes sense now. It makes sense why you're kind of such a staunch...
Well, you were talking about that yesterday, the divisiveness between people who support Trump and don't support Trump, compared to years ago, like you supported, one candidate and against another one, and people... It didn't mean that you wouldn't talk to that person, right? Isn't that what you were saying yesterday?
Yeah.
But
I mean, just politics, and it really divides people now, or has it always divided people?
I don't know. I mean, my day-to-day life, I don't really feel it that much. But maybe in Amsterdam, yeah, you kind of over there, you maybe feel it a bit more, like in university where people are a bit more
progressive.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Are they progressive, or are they just being indoctrinated?
Well, there's definitely.
Are you being indoctrinated?
Well,
in a way, we all are indoctrinated. And anything you look, it's funny, because anything you look online just reaffirms your own idea. The way algorithm works just pops out things which are telling you that you're right. So in itself, it's also divisive. It just polarizes people and reaffirms their idea. And very seldom people look at the opposite opinion with an open mind. Yeah.
But there's definitely a sort of social code, isn't there, in university? There's you should be aligned with this type of value and this type of thing, and should be supporting this. No.
Yeah, maybe. But actually, over there, people are pretty no one ever talks about politics
outside university.
Or in university or anything. People would be, unless you're talking one-on-one with someone, and they kind of start going like, oh yeah, and they start maybe saying a bit more of a controversial opinion when they feel more comfortable.
Yeah, because people are afraid. They're afraid to be ostracized. They're afraid to be,
Well, that's the big back. There used to be a thing called, that person is being sent to Coventry. So that was an old phrase described of being socially excluded. But being socially excluded was meant death, thousands of years ago. If you were kicked out of the tribe and you had to fend for yourself, you're in a lot of trouble. It's much more safe. It's much more safe to be in a group,
Yeah.
So we carry that with us. I mean, I think most comedians, me included, we there is a fear. Like you might think, I might have my personal thoughts, and I want to say this, and I want to slag off this, and I want to have a go at this. But you know that there will be people out there who will say you can't say that, and maybe they're very good on the internet, and they can start getting you fucking kicked off platforms and all that sort of thing, Jack. So it does make you.
Yeah, it makes you sit on the fence.
Yeah, it makes you sit on the fence. Yeah, but
and all of a sudden, Savage is just like it's friends with everyone.
Yeah, well, that's not happening. But no, I know what you mean. But I think there is a clever way to navigate the whatever the social mores is of the day. There is a way to an angle of attack, definitely.
Yeah, you just look at it like it's interesting, This is not like
say that again, Jack?
It's just interesting.
It's not.
It's not like a special time we live in, like necessarily. It's just, at each different eras of time, you have different things that happen, social normalities or whatever. I think if you were living in America in the 50s or whatever, and they had the whole McCarthyism thing where they were trying to, actors in America were blacklisted because they were thought they had communist ties and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That would be a pretty scary time.
Yes,
you'd be thinking, what's going on here? Just the same way certain people think what's going on.
Yeah, so it's all cyclical. But I refer and another. I know what you mean, Jack. Like certainly as a comedian or as an artist or as a social commentator, you're presented with whatever is happening, and you can look at it like a challenge. I saw this comedian Catherine Ryan talking about the fact that there's a lot of people who don't find women funny, or they can't see women as being funny. Do you think that's true?
Yeah, because I was I don't think it's just funny, but I was obviously changing a lot. But I was listening to this interview with J.K. Rowling. She had to get the pen name because boys wouldn't buy the book if they knew a woman or a girl had written it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's also it's like. It's nice when you're just hanging out with the lads, and I think there's a bit of that.
What do you mean?
Guys not finding girls funny,
but also women not finding women funny.
Oh, really?
That's what she was saying. But then surely isn't it again for a woman, a comedian? It's a challenge. It's like a code that needs to be hacked, and someone who proves that brilliantly is Joanne McNally, because most of her fan base are women. So she found
like 90%. If you go but
she found a way to sort of to break the code. So I guess if I was, I often see I'd love to be a woman on stage. I'd love to be a woman and see what it's like. See what that's like, and I would find it interesting to kick against that and to rail against that. What do you think, Anna? Women funny?
I think like comedy is such a personal thing, and mood you in and what makes you laugh.
Yeah.
Like the guy doing Mrs. Brown voice. And it's not my comedy, but like. Oh
yeah, a huge amount of people. Well, also I think so there was a thing. So this comedian Catherine Ryan was looking at the top selling touring comedians in the UK, and I think they were all men, as far as I remember. But I think, and a lot of the stuff she was saying is correct. But I think part of it is because I was looking at Vicar Street recently, and Tommy Tiernan had sold out 15 nights or something in January. And it did sicken me slightly. So maybe, but although Catherine Ryan is a very, 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 very successful comedian, very funny, but I'm sure she's probably looking at people who are doing much better than her gig-wise and financially. And
But Joanne McNally, she sold like what, 50
100,
gigs?
100 gigs.
She's gigging in America.
Yeah.
Big venues. So it shows that a woman can do it.
Yes.
What about, in the music industry? It's dominated by women. It's only women. It's Taylor Swift. There is some other performers. I'm not up to date.
There was one, Charlie XCX.
Yes.
It was called like the Brat Summer. That was her thing. Like,
The
Brat Summer. Yeah.
BRAT.
Yeah. And
but it's funny. We're still very. There's still sexism. It's not as obvious. It's just, well, I suppose, isn't it? Oh God, I'm so on the edge of not being capable of talking about what I'm talking about. But you know
what you have to say, and Jack was right. You should not express your own opinion. Just say that's interesting. What's happening?
Oh yeah, usually.
Just saying what's happening on a social scene and what's happening, and there's a wokeism, there's transgender. You don't really voice then your opinion. You're just presenting what we're seeing. But anyway, that Taylor.
But I do. I'm just saying, as a comedian, I like when it's difficult. A crowd is difficult. But again, I don't know. I don't know what what to say about it. I'm going to cut this out anyway. I'll be looking back on this when I'm editing it, and I'm just going, "Shut the fuck up, you idiot!" It's horrible to look back.
Let's say
it's horrible to look back at yourself when you're editing, because I edit this.
And you never listen. You're just going on about yourself constantly.
True. Fair enough.
And more people are coming in, and you starting to compete with them.
Oh no, that was with Ivor Cummins. Okay. So.
Okay, there was exception. Okay, but anyway, it's about dominance of female artists. So there's Taylor Swift, and she sold 783,000 copies since. Yeah.
Well, no, I did that joke, Hannah. When I did that joke when I was gigging in London the same night that Taylor Swift had sold out Wembley Arena, 70,000 seats. She sold it out in 3 minutes. I sold 380 seats in Leicester Square Garden. It took me 4 months. So for me to sell out, and I did the maths and the calculations. For me to sell out using the metrics, for me to sell out Wembley Arena, it would take me 132 years. 132 years. So, but look, individuals, I don't, yes, of course there is sexism, and the worst type is the ones that we're not aware of that's sort of socially acceptable. Okay. And then there are a few outliers who spot it and call it out. Right. But the thing is, we're human beings. We're all in this experiment together. Come on, let's do it. Come on, let's all live in a forest.
Okay, but there's,
But yes, she's the highest selling artist of all time.
And, she boosted British economy by 1 billion contribution to UK economy. So single-handedly, she saved British economy from collapsing. Taylor Swift.
She's the opposite of Liz Truss.
Yeah. Right. What happened to Liz Truss, you said?
Well, she was at some it was one of the funnier moments of 2024. She was at some Q&A. I think there was like 10 people there, and someone had got control of the power of the projector behind her, and as she's answering some question, she's just blathering on, and you just see this lettuce with eyes in it going, "I crashed the economy." And then she kind of looks back, and her face is all tight, and then she just storms off stage.
Was she crying?
No. But,
could you imagine if she burst out crying?
Yeah.
No, I don't think Liz Truss is the kind of person that would do that. Okay, so other things, space race, that was a big thing. Elon Musk retrieving rockets that he flew up into space, which was, I guess, an incredible technical achievement.
I was watching the old Top Gear episode where they try to get a Reliant Robin.
Oh yeah,
to fly up and land again, but they weren't successful.
Yeah, the idea though of how would you call it, inhabiting a new planet, like terraforming Mars to the point where it's habitable. It seems like a long way away. But I mean, if you
But apparently he slashed the prices halfway through, so it's not as expensive
Yeah.
anymore. 50% less
yeah.
sale.
So as the world gets more and more populated, there will be a few people, or maybe they'll have these
There's like 8 billion people now, I think.
they'll have biodomes, won't they? They'll have big biodomes in Mars. And you go to Mars, and we have the first child born. Hi, it's 2003. What are we now? 2100, isn't it? No, 2020. What are we? 2025. 2300. The first twins born in Martian surface. Equine and velocity.
Well,
Equine and velocity.
there's a lot of people saying that the planet is the population is going to go down significantly, and by 2080 or something.
But you know why? Because of COVID vaccine. I'm telling you,
No, it's
that's
because
the way.
it's
There's
because
more and more people.
it's because developed countries, more people die than people are born. If you look in Europe,
Oh, very good.
more people die than what are born. It's the
More
same.
people die than what are born.
Yeah.
Don't you understand?
But I thought those they aging longer, so
Yeah,
they
they're
live
aging
longer. So they live longer. Less people are born.
But less people are born.
No, nobody's gonna
Nobody's gonna die.
not. They're not dying as fast as they used to,
No, but
and
they're not-
less people
but-
are working
but-
for their pension.
But there's in developing countries, much more people are born rapidly and much more people die. But the population increases because they
But I
have 12
think all
kids.
those immigrants coming to Europe, I think they have a lot of kids, and they're not gonna
No,
die.
I don't think so.
Can I talk about the seagull? We talk about intelligence and AI, and we talk about how intelligent and how do you define intelligence? I mean, there's different types of intelligence. There's the intelligence that David Beckham has in terms of his
Because sport intelligence. yeah.
because of how he can move his body. I mean, most people can't do that.
Or Ronaldo.
Your sex
God.
fantasy, Ronaldo. So, well, let's talk about just one little thing that the seagull can do. Apparently, it's one of the few birds or few animals that can drink salt water and filter out the salt. And it does it by some sort of secretions that happens in its head, and it sort of tears out the
Salt?
the salt. But for us as human beings, to do that, we need a big desalination machine or whatever. But that is an intelligence that has evolved through. So, I mean, that's a type of intelligence. Obviously, they don't have a voice, and they can't. They don't seem to be self-aware, and they can't sit down and talk to you. How are you doing, seagull? But that's their way of communication. If you see seagulls flying overhead, they'll be having mad little conversations. Mad little conversations. Have you ever noticed those seagulls flying? All that sort of stuff. And they've been at it for thousands of years, and they have their own history. It's not written. Nobody knows about it. It's a very private little world, but they are very independent of us. Although, as Daniel was saying, if you're outside the chipper on a Saturday, they might swoop down and steal your fucking hamburger.
Yeah, or sandwich.
But it is pretty amazing that in terms of survival, like they'd be out in the middle of the ocean, and there'd be no land, and they could just happily sit there, fall asleep. I don't know, just floating on the ocean and drink and just survive. I mean,
Can they
don't.
float for a long time?
You'd be there in the ocean like this. Look.
I wouldn't
Oh
survive.
Jesus! Right, and you'd be looking at me, the fear in your eye, and then there's just a
I'm
seagull.
looking at you. I'm a better swimmer. So I think
And
you'd
then
be looking
you'd be
at
like this.
me.
Look, this is you. Look. Okay, pretend we're floating. Go on. Go on.
I think you have to float on,
Go on. Go on.
something.
Go on. Go. No, you're just floating.
Like,
The ship has sunk. Go on. We're in the
yeah,
middle.
yeah.
You don't look worried at all now that you're no. There's no chance of us being rescued.
Okay.
Yeah, go on.
Are you swimming?
I'm keeping
floating.
up.
I'm
Yeah, go on,
holding
go on and keep it up.
on to like a
There's-
wooden plank.
There's no wooden. Okay, there's a wooden plank. Go on.
'Cause
How you doing, Hannah? You okay?
no, I'm frozen.
Right. You
My
don't-
temperature dropping.
And then a seagull just lands there, and the seagull's just like kind of going. You look. You're not. You're in trouble, aren't you? Because I've evolved at drinking seawater. Can you drink seawater?
No, you might even start poking my head.
Okay, you've drowned now. Go underwater. Oh God, it's terrible. Can you imagine it? Do you ever see those survival TV shows where John's boat sank and he had no chance of being rescued, and he started swimming, and then the tales of some people and how they survived. It's quite incredible.
Yeah. I don't need that challenge. I don't need that challenge. To survive. I'm happily just to imagine.
Anything that struck out at my Prince's 2024? Local, can be local, international, whatever.
Yeah, well, there was the Olympics and the whole talk about breakdancing in the Olympics.
Oh, that ding dong from
Australia.
What was her name?
Raygun,
yeah.
And, because I think there's a lot of women who will not accept women who don't think women can be breakdancers. That was a joke referring to the comedy thing earlier. What about Raygun? What did you think? Ronald Reagan.
She just was dancing in really weird.
Oh, she was
ways.
asked to do a freestyle.
She wasn't. It was like breakdancing was part of the Olympics, and so she had to do her routine,
which was so shit.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Yeah, like she looked like making kangaroo poses and stuff like that.
Oh, I see.
What was it during the opening?
What are you looking at, Jack?
It wasn't during the. It was just like an event, like an Olympic event, like.
I missed.
But because of that, like it was taken out of it won't be back in the Olympics.
Is that true?
I think so. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be back in.
That is some fucking legacy, Christ. So finally, the sport that you love or the whatever is accepted, and because you did it so badly and it was so embarrassing to the Olympics, they thought, well, fuck that.
but surely people who do breakdance, amazing.
Check that, Jack.
Well, I was just because she's a bit weird herself, like she's kind of like a Summer Heights High character.
Oh, brilliant! Yeah. Who's what was the guy?
Chris Lilly.
Chris Lilly, absolute genius. We watched Summer Heights High.
Yes.
I would love to meet Chris Lilly.
Yeah. What was his character?
Fuck you, miss.
Fuck you, miss. You wouldn't say fuck you, miss.
Yeah, it was so funny.
Fuck you, miss.
But like, there's a weird one. Because I looked her up recently. I don't know why on Instagram. It's like people. I'll just let.
Raygun here. It's been a big couple of weeks.
What's this, Jack?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
So we can cut this out if you want.
Jack, I know we can cut it out, love, but just get
we
to
don't
the.
want to.
No,
we want to.
No, I will. I'll be able to cut it out.
She basically there was this.
Who's she? She's the cat's mother.
There was some performance, some play that was put on that was like about her, but not really about her. About
I was inspired
some
by
break dancer that's shite or whatever. You know, and then she kind of shut it down, and then. She just.
So there was a play. There was some kind of theater production made about Raygun.
And then she hired lawyers
to get it shut down.
But like the way she kind of talks about it and justifies it is.
How do you mean the way she talks about it?
Well, I'll just play it.
Oh, okay.
Hi everyone, Raygun here. It's been a big couple of weeks. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a wild ride, but I'm really pleased to say that we've resolved everything. My team's been working with Steph's team, and we've managed to come to an agreement, and she still gets to go ahead with the musical. She's got a new name, new poster.
Stop it!
And she still gets to take that show on the road.
She goes, the musical. That up speaking that comes from the United States, where they talk about everything like it's a foregone conclusion, and there's no room for a discussion because it's all been done and dusted, and they just do that, and it's so fucking annoying. It's the kind of it's a way of talking that just makes you not want to talk somehow. Sorry, I'm a bit chesty, but it's like the end of conversation when I start talking like this, as if everything's a foregone conclusion, and I see a lot of people from the United States with laptops sitting outside cafes talking about their jobs and meeting. Yeah, we went to Switzerland, and yeah, okay, mate. Your life has been led thousands of times by the same type of people. It's not worth living or even talking about because it's all that upspeak. And as I'm saying this, I think I'm interesting, and you're even ignoring me.
Because I'm just
You should go
looking
back to
her
the sea, floating, looking at the seagull.
I'm already dead in that sea.
The seagull drinking. Remember Jacques Cousteau? Look, the seagull drinking water. Okay, yeah, Ray Gun is a head wrecker.
Who is she? Is she a musician or breakdancer?
You haven't got a clue.
I don't. I look.
What
her
were you
up,
looking up? Don't be looking
and
up in
she's a breakdancer, but
This is the exam. You don't be doing your study while in the middle of the exam. You're cheating.
Yeah.
Ray Gun is a breakdancer who was in the Olympics, and she did a really shite dance, and she brought very negative attention to her breakdancing, I guess. But then, did she defend herself, or was she saying,
But
"Look, she just had a bad day"?
There were other breakdancers who were amazing.
Yeah,
So she wouldn't win. Who won breakdancing?
I don't know.
Competition.
Listen.
Visualize that what you did out there that day would make such an impact
Oh.
all over the universe?
No way.
No.
I didn't. I mean, look, I was a little bit worried because I knew that my
Australian.
approach was different to everyone else's. And so I thought maybe, there'd be like a little bubble of people being like, oh, what's she doing? That's a bit unusual. But the whole world.
All of the world.
Yeah, well, so she's looking at it like it's a win.
Yeah.
So she's not embracing the fact that she's just kind of like a viral, like a bit of a artistic car accident. What? Which is what she was, wasn't she?
Yeah,
Jack, I mean,
I don't know,
the
it was-
breakdancers didn't think she was any good, or am I wrong?
Well, I mean, obviously, I mean,
But she's kind of going, oh, I never knew it would get this big.
yeah,
Well,
but she said like my approach is a bit different. It's just like
and I think she's of an age as well where she's maybe not as peak condition.
Do they know if breakdancing is going to be an Olympic event again?
let me see.
Okay, and let's get off this subject.
Yeah.
But some of those guys and girls on these TikTok videos, fucking hell, the things that they are doing physically,
know.
and then to see this one jumping about the place like
Like a bunny.
like a
rabbit.
bunny rabbit that's just been shot with an arrow.
Yeah, and just going,
Yeah, not good.
not good.
No,
Like,
it won't be. It won't be.
Is that right?
Yeah. But I mean, obviously they're not saying it's because of that, but
But was it the first year it was allowed?
Yeah, because the thing about it is kind of brought it all into the whole Olympics, kind of into
Disrepute.
yeah, a bit of a joke, because I mean it's not actually, because there's so much more events, but just how viral it was, when you talk about the 2024 Olympics.
Oh yeah, all you're talking about is Ray Gun.
about Ray Gun.
Actually, that's amazing, huh? It is actually, isn't it?
You're talking about the worst athlete.
Well, so
there.
actually, Ray Gun, I mean, I assume she has transposed that massive disaster or whatever into a win. Or,
Well, is she selling more?
I mean,
tickets or
although
what?
it isn't, it's wrong to call something a disaster, but it wasn't that good. But it was so not that good that it was ridiculed, and it was very funny. But hopefully, she can turn it into earning a living, touring around the world, doing
she
her
probably does.
doing her Olympic thing, and
Maybe
everybody
she's
enjoying
in
it
a
in a very
circus.
ironic way, What she comes,
Maybe,
she comes out as a
circus.
she comes out in the finale as a circus act.
Why not?
But I think it's such a she could get really popular,
Yes,
off that.
yes.
If you just like lean into it, that's
it, that's 100.
that's the world now.
Well, no, but
it's
that's
like-
the way to do it in any.
Yeah.
Lean into it. Say,
Yeah.
I fucked up and I did this and it was ridiculous, But I didn't. But I mean, the reaction was so huge. So
Yeah,
this-
imagine you say, "I just take the piss,"
So she's the breakdance version of Hawk Tua.
Hawk Tua. Oh, right.
Hawk Tua. Okay. Okay. Anything else, Jack, that stood out for you 2024? Do you want to talk about the Sudanese civil war?
No, I was Jerry Monk. I think that was.
Yeah,
that was a big moment for us as well. We nearly got the Monk on the podcast. That I hope it still happens. To be honest, I think it would be very interesting.
Don't you think though? But by having the Monk, somebody close to me said you're essentially laundering his reputation. You're making him more acceptable. No, I don't think so either.
No, I don't know. It's just like I'd be much more interested. I don't think he's a better candidate necessarily than anyone else, but I'd be more interested to interview Jerry the Monk Hutch than Danny O'Brien or whoever puts their posters up.
Yeah, I think people aren't. It means that. Well, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, obviously, if you're looking at the world from a very black and white perspective, then
yes,
but I mean, the world's.
I would talk to anybody on this in this situation, wouldn't you, Hannah?
Definitely.
I like the way Hannah thinks. I like the way we think, and it's good to we can.
You might think twice about let's say interviewing the rapist.
Oh, sweet mother of divine Jesus!
Those kind of criminals. Although he's a criminal.
Don't use a sound effect, Jack. I saw you going for the sound effects. Don't be. Jesus Christ. Okay. Jerry the Monk. Well, there was a funny thing at the end. He looked when he didn't. He came close to getting elected, right?
Yeah.
But he was really hounded by the press, and didn't. It looked quite relieved almost that he wasn't elected.
Do you think so? I think he lost his coolness. Like he was during the election. He was
cool.
all cool.
Calm and collected.
Calm, collected, answering questions, not losing his temper. The minute he lost, it was almost like he revealed himself. Yeah. That he has, he was so disappointed.
Remember that Forrest Gump thing at the end where somebody said, "Are you going to run again?" And then he started running. That was about the high point of it. But there you go.
The high point of the movie.
Yeah, the high point of it.
Yeah, did you not like Forrest Gump?
No, the high point of I thought of Gerard Hutch's election campaign. But it was funny. I did put up a post a few weeks back, and then the personal message from Gerard Hutch saying, "Thanks for your support." And I'm going, huh? Am I supported? Oh, yeah, I guess I am then if you're saying I am. Anyway.
You're very welcome.
You're very welcome.
Well, he creates his own universe.
Right.
He sees it as your support, even if you don't. I mean, the life is so subjective.
But it's funny, the whole, there's already crooks in the dog.
Oh, yes.
And maybe.
So let's put in a guy that's got a well-proven track record, who's got away with it as well. But there is corruption. There's definitely corruption. Power. By the way, how long have we been broadcasting? Because we want to bring out the champagne.
38 minutes.
Okay, I'm going to bring out the champagne. But you want a clean glass, Anna?
No, it's clean. It's clean. I'm just gonna take glasses from the boys.
Okay. Well, folks.
Moët et Chandon.
What music are you playing, Jackie?
So this is just to counteract Dom Perignon.
Happy New Year, everyone. The best of luck for 2025. I hope you afford a house or whatever. It's unlikely, though. I mean, if the life expectancy was 300 years, we'd all have houses. By the time we were 180.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
go on. Are you playing that
sad.
music? Oh, shit. What happened with the music, Jack? Jesus.
I'm going to have to put this on loop.
Okay. I'm opening the bottle of champagne, Hannah.
The real champagne.
I had to buy another bottle because you stored it in a...
I know. I think I'm a bit retarded.
Can't use that word.
Well, I'm calling myself.
No.
That just doesn't make a difference.
Does it? mentally challenged.
And when you open up a bottle of champagne, apparently it should open with the sound of like a.
Like
Okay, there we go. Oh.
it was like,
Yeah.
yeah. And apparently there's a new trend that you serve champagne in a wine glasses, like tulips.
Is that
This
good
is
for
like
you?
a perfect. Yeah, because it's sort of, if you have flutes,
Jack and
it
Daniel.
restricts the flavors and aromas. So in this way, you know, it releases it faster, and you can taste the whole bouquet of flavors. I think you don't need to swirl it around because it's a champagne.
Boy.
I don't know.
Wait a second. I'm just going to get mine. Just hang on a second, folks. How does it taste, Jack Daniel?
It's nice, yeah.
And actually, we should have a spoon here.
Oh, it's
Put
okay,
it
yeah.
inside so the
Yeah.
bubbles don't escape. I'm telling you.
There you go.
I used to work in a pub.
And then, oh yeah, I think I heard.
Toenail clippers.
I thought Liam Gallagher and Noel Gallagher. Noel was saying about Liam. You do what? You keep a spoon in champagne, and then he opened the fridge the next day and there was a spoon inside a milk bottle to try and keep the milk bottle fresh. It's very funny. Noel Gallagher, very funny. Happy New Year. Good luck, and that's why we're not together. I love you, Daniel. Love you, Jack. Love you, Hannah. Very lucky. Very grateful.
Very crispy, that champagne is.
Is it nice?
It is nice. No,
Oh, it's a bit not nice, is it? Show me.
No, it is nice. It's quite dry. It's got notes of fruity, like apple.
Let me see again.
You can taste it.
Yeah, apple.
We should have oysters.
A bit of cinnamon and
It's just like
Rabbit shit.
Taylor's offcuts of Taylor's materials.
Taylor's
I don't
material.
know. Felt.
Oh yeah. Well, speaking of Oasis, there's going to be a big Oasis reunion.
But they still don't talk to each other, do they?
Well, they are. Of course, they're talking
Do
to
they-
each other now.
Do they rehearsing? Or are we going to see them?
And I saw
Have
the
they
group-
actually done a gig yet? Like since their so-called reunion?
I don't have they.
It's this year that they're.
Oh yeah, this year they're meant to do the gigs.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess they've been rehearsing. Speaking of bands that are got together, are still together, the Boomtown Rats performed on Jules Holland's Hootenanny
seen
last
it?
night. Yeah, I did watch it, and it was very good. They're very tight, I have to say. The Boomtown Rats. There was the particular song "Rat Trap." It's kind. The section. It sounds like if you change the words, you wouldn't be surprised to hear Bruce Springsteen sing a song like that or something. Anyway, but it has everything you want in a song. It's got a great structure to it. And the reason I'm talking about it is because my uncle Paddy Cusack, who is my mother's brother, plays bass in the band. And he was a founding member of the Boomtown Rats. So they've almost been together for 50 years. Amazing.
But they're not playing that often.
But I remember when Rat Trap got to number one in the UK. I think we were about 13, watching it on Top of the Pops. It was so exciting. But they
what about Don't Like Mondays?
Don't Like Mondays. But I'm just saying, I think Geldof is now 73, and he looks good. Looks skinny.
He looks a bit scary with those like mad hair and big rings under his eyes.
Yeah.
But he's got presence. He's a little bit like you, or like he's tall. He dresses really eccentric, in eccentric way. He dresses, which I like.
Yeah.
And also, I have a memory of Bob Geldof. Like we were picking stones in Positano.
Fuck me.
Oh, this is true.
Yeah. Okay. I know.
Okay.
So he flirted with you a bit.
No, no. He was just telling me about his tour in Poland and in Russia, and like all
Oh, I
this-
do remember that. Yeah, you were talking about it at the time, and he was, because I was just like a starstruck idiot, back then, and then I was jealous that you had a chance to have a conversation with
Yeah,
Dylan.
and you know what it was? We were actually staying at campsite. We were actually camping, and then I used to wake up really early, and I went to the the seaside, and there were deck chairs, and who was there? There was no one. It was just me and Bob Geldof. So we started talking. It wasn't like
Get
he-
out.
It wasn't really like he went there for a walk. At that time, I didn't even know, because I knew Bob Geldof. I didn't, because I just came from Poland. It was like 1994.
I was going out with a girl who didn't know who Bob Geldof was, and I was very offended. But it just tells you the age gap. But
Like I didn't know that he was with Paula Yates.
Yates.
Like Yates.
Yeah.
They weren't like they were at the wedding, but they weren't hanging around together. They weren't even sitting together, I think.
Okay, Anna. Look,
But she looked amazing.
So you're kindred spirits with both Bob Geldof and what was it, Donald Trump? Was that your other kindred spirit?
I think it's just. I don't,
But all I'm trying to
was
say.
Bob Geldof wouldn't even like remember any
Who
of
was
that.
the other kindred spirit?
Trump.
Oh yeah, because
All I'm trying to say is that last night I saw the Boomtown Rats on Hootenanny, and that particular song, Rat Trap, it was so tight, it was well performed, it sounded fucking great, and they really stood shoulder to shoulder with all the other groups there. That's it. Well done, Boomtown Rats, Bob Geldof, Pete Burkett, and all the other members. Come on, Ireland, #1.
Yeah, we're very proud.
Yeah. Okay.
But they all live in England.
Yeah, but it's an Irish band. It's always like the country produced something great, and the country does not appreciate it.
Are
It's
the
just
Pogues?
like you too.
Would you say are the Pogues an Irish band?
Yeah.
Can you say that they are an Irish band?
Yes, of course. No.
Yeah. Well, incredible. When you first heard Shane MacGowan, I didn't like the way he sounded, but then it sort of grew on you, that sort of careless, imprecise way of growling out the lyrics. But it really stands the test of time.
Oh my God, I think
It's funny.
so
It's
poignant.
it's funny. It's funny, like when you hear singers now and they're so mannered and but where he just spits out fucking lyrics, and it's so much better and interesting.
You have to
like
be
the same with Dylan, Bob Dylan.
But you have to be like a particular sort of person to be able to sing like that, and it not be kind of.
And do you have to remember he had no teeth?
Yeah, but if some like polished, like good-looking fella starts going, "It's Christmas," it just feels not correct,
Or not authentic. Like he was really authentic.
Yeah, but it was also because he was a massive alcoholic and drug.
Well, yeah, very
drug
I remember when he was coming to late show, and there was, I think somebody died. It was a tribute, and he was one of the contributors. But like he had to drink like 2 bottles of gin before he went on stage.
Well, very, very, very sweet man. I think I was once in the spar shop opposite where we lived in Leeson Street, and I needed to buy something, and it happened to be Shane MacGowan there, and he gave me €50.
No way.
Yeah.
Why did he give you €50?
Because he's just
couldn't pay?
because I was.
But you look worse than him.
But very, very sweet man and hugely talented dude. Did he die 2024?
Yeah, pretty close to that
2024
anyway.
or 2023?
Sinead O'Connor died this year, wasn't it?
No, Sinead O'Connor died 2023, I think.
Oh well, I think.
No, maybe.
Shane MacGowan was pretty close to her. Yeah, I think it was 2024.
And when we were living on Leeson Street, there were a lot of famous people. So there was
he died 2023. Yeah, there was a lot of famous people. What?
Yeah, living near Dartmouth Square. There was that promoter lives there.
MCD.
what's his name?
Aiken.
Louis Walsh.
Louis Walsh
Yeah.
lives near Dartmouth Square.
Okay.
I used to see him.
Fucking Louis Walsh. Go on.
Okay.
Is that it?
And no, there was another one. There was John Rocha, also a designer.
Come on. Okay.
He's very famous.
Yeah. Okay.
I used to go to that spa. That spa was like meeting point. Everybody used to go there.
Everybody. John Rocha and what's his name?
It was
Louis
like
Louis
Spar
Walsh.
66.
Spa 66. There was some other
Come on.
people.
Louis Walsh worked well in the X Factor with Sharon Thing and Simon Cowell.
Yeah.
Anyway, oh god.
do they still do that on X Factor with the auditions, like ridicule people as much? Because I feel like that's not
cool anymore.
Wouldn't be an accepted thing anymore, or is it?
I'm
Don't-
not
I don't
sure.
know.
I think X Factor goes on in America, but and it's a platform for people to get famous or something. But I don't watch it anymore. It's the same like Big Brother. It used to be so cool. You used to watch Big Brother.
Russia. It's Russia and the Ukraine. Russia pushing very hard in the Ukraine because they reckon when Trump gets elected, they want to gain as much ground, so that they are in a strong position to negotiate.
Are you gonna go back? to
I'd
Ukraine?
love to go back to the Ukraine. I'd love to go back to Ukraine.
Front line. Yeah, not like
No, I
behind
have-
the scene and do your teeth or do a hair transplant. I know people who just say, "Oh, I've done this enormous documentary about Ukraine and I got my hair transplanted at the same time." I'm not sure if I feel really like consciously aligned with them, What do you think? Where's the moral ground? You go to the war zone and you get your hair
No,
transplanted.
I have huge.
And you get your teeth done. And that woman was saying, she's a Ukrainian Canadian, and you look at her, and she said, "Oh, I was supporting Ukraine. I went over there. I got my Botox. I got my facelift, I got my teeth done." Yeah.
I'm just saying, I have huge amounts of love for Ukraine and their struggle for independence and freedom and being part of Europe, and I wish them. I don't know.
Yeah,
I just
I
hope it
think
all
their
works out. And also, I
position-
feel incredibly sorry for all young people on either side of any fucking conflict and their patriotism or whatever taken advantage of, and that war between Russia. It's a meat grinder. The way the Russians wage war, they just throw young kids. It's absolutely horrific.
They don't care.
So at some
point,
point, I hope wiser heads prevail, and somehow they say, okay, look, we'll have these areas are just, I don't know, we'll have to have some kind of just suspension of conflict. I don't know how it's going to work out,
see,
because the
Ukraine-
alternative is just so horrendous.
Yeah, but the Ukraine has worse position than Poland.
Right? Yeah.
So there's
Geographical
specifically-
position.
Yeah. So there's some unfortunate position where countries
There's
are.
some unfortunate geographical position. You
Positions.
have to qualify what you're saying, Jack.
Quantify.
Qualify.
Qualify. Okay. Well, I've got you to my aid.
I've got you to help me.
You to my aid. To come
Okay.
to my aid.
You to yeah.
To aid me. To aid me.
Give me
Send
AIDS.
me. Give me AIDS. Oh, talking about AIDS, there's a breakthrough. It's just like one of the positive thing I read. The breakthrough in medicine. Just let me find it.
Well, AI apparently is going to assist a lot in,
Well, can I say health
Diagnosing.
and medicine advancements in HIV treatment. An injectable drug for HIV demonstrated near perfect efficacy in trials, offering hope for broader application against other viruses. So it protects people for 6 months. You get injected, and for 6 months, you 100% or 99.9.
You'll trust
protected.
that, huh?
And then there's also gene therapy success. Gene therapy enabled 5 previously deaf children to hear. That's amazing.
what?
gene therapy
I know this
enable
is-
5 previously deaf
What?
children to hear. But you know the
What?
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm a bit slow. That's alcohol, and also this year, did you
Do you want
notice?
some more booze?
Yeah, because this is the last time. Because this year is the year
Do you want some, Daniel?
where people are being aware how toxic and damaging alcohol is. So there's a big push up, to give up drinking because it's toxic. Oh, David, don't you benefit from not drinking?
Yes, Hannah.
Is that it?
Yes, Hannah.
You have nothing else to say
About drinking.
About not drinking? How your brain is more clear.
I do miss drinking when you're young and fit, and when you have a drink. Because I'm always, a lot of the times I'm in a state of anxiety. Things bother me. I don't know. I could have the tism or whatever it is, and but I definitely alcohol, that sense of ease, sense of well-being, that feeling of love towards your fellow human being. And whatever they're saying, and you just really enjoy when it's working for you.
Yeah, but it's a short window.
It is a short window, and it doesn't last long. But it was just like drinking happiness. I mean, when it's working for you, and you're just like and whatever the girl that you're chatting up, like when you're sober, you're kind of just, and then when you're drinking, just it all what's the word? Photoshops. Your eyes suddenly Photoshop. Yeah, like it's kind of like when you see people going out at night and you see the clothes they wear, the makeup they wear, and God, it's very garish and so on. But when you're drunk eyes, it finishes the job, and they just look
it
so
sort of
good.
blurs everything.
Yeah.
I remember one of the first times I was really drunk, and I remember walking, and then but I felt almost like I was had superpowers or something, because you just were walking, and then I forgot that I was walking, and then I realized I'm walking again, but it's like everything just happened by itself.
Yeah, right.
And what about that time when you had
When
to
he's
call
puking.
Daniel?
Oh yeah! Oh my god! I
And
was
you
so
were on
drunk.
the side of
Oh Jesus!
of the road, like on one of the steps
Yeah.
on Lower Leeson Street,
So
out of this dungeons.
I'd been playing beer pong, but with shots of rum instead of instead of beer. So I was so drunk. I had the best time. Like I was like 15 or something. So I was going to like
15.
An underage disco, and everyone would get really drunk, like really hammered beforehand. So I don't know how I got in, because they'd be checking how drunk you are, because you could be a bit drunk but not too drunk, But I remember I was actually kicking something on the way. They're like, go on. And then for 45 minutes inside there, I was having the best time ever. I was like wild, jumping around everywhere. And then I started feeling like really hot, and I was like, oh God, I need to go outside. And I'm like stumbling outside the place and walking across the street, and then everything's just starting to go black. And then crawling on the stairs, and I kind of lying on the stairs. And then I remember this like a couple come by, like they're adult couple, and they're like, are you okay? And I'm like, my eyes are closed. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I just need to call my brother. I think I handed them my phone or something. I was just like, type in 087 blah blah blah. And then I called Daniel. I was like, Daniel, because the place was only 2 minutes away from Leeson Street. It was on the same street. I was like, Daniel, you need to come get me. And then Daniel was like, come on, you're grand. No. And I was like, no, Daniel. And then he came and got me, and then I think it was the first time I was really like drunk, like really ill.
Oh, was he
from
getting
drinking.
sick in Leeson Street? I remember there was one time.
That was it. And I was going like, and like the first time you're really ill from sick, and I was going, ah.
But it was commendable. Daniel did go.
Of course.
Did get Jack.
Do you remember that, Daniel?
Yeah.
And did you say, you're grand?
Yeah.
Why?
No, I think I remember just thinking that maybe he was joking.
Oh,
or
I see.
something,
Okay, yeah.
Thinking that he was making it sound worse than it actually was.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then then I heard him more slurring his words and kind of. Then I knew
I do remember him being in Leeson Street and being so sick, and just, it was horrible. It's
Yeah.
tough, you know, when you're drink that
Yeah,
much.
we all went through
Oh, Jesus.
some sort of humiliation by alcohol.
Oh God.
And you know, when you drinking is fine, and then when you know, like leaning over the bowl
Yeah.
and trying to puke your guts out, and
And then you're hanging on to the toilet bowl, and then you've puked, and then you feel a little bit better, and the toilet bowl is so nice. That's how bad your life is.
But it's always like, never do
Yeah,
this
yeah.
again. And then you feel good. You're, have a couple of drinks. And
yeah. So, but anyway, there's a big trend now of people giving up alcohol and trying to sober up and
Cowards.
finding happiness in, you know,
Well,
sobriety.
I would say, like in my 50s, to talk to other people in their 50s, set up a situation where you're doing exercise and it's happening, like where, because you can get a personal trainer, I think, for fairly cheap. You know what I mean? I'd say that would be a good thing to do for 2025.
Yeah. Yeah, just exercise, don't drink, stop eating shit, forget about sugar, read the labels.
But set up the exercise. Well, that's difficult. But set up the exercise where you have no choice. It is happening.
But also, like, the simplest thing is just get off your ass and go for a
No,
walk.
well, it's not. Yeah, but nobody. You see, nobody wants to do that.
Yeah, I know.
So you have to hire somebody to knock on your door that you pay, and so you realize you might as well avail of this, and you know, they'll take you out for a walk.
But that's true in a way that if you pay for something,
Yeah.
you instantly appreciate it better, like any
Yeah.
performance.
Yeah,
And then
right.
And even
So
if
I have Danny, this woman comes to the door 3 times a week, and I'm doing it.
Yeah, and you're looking better and better. Yeah, you show us your muscles. No? I thought you liked to show off your big abs. You can also show us how much you can lift. Well, if you want. Oh, we can also have a competition. How many push-ups can you do?
How long does that music play for?
it can play for as long as you want. A good
Okay,
hour.
go on. Count how many push-ups. Ready?
Are you gonna do it?
Yeah, go on.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, David McSavage is gonna do push-ups in front of all of you, and I think. Okay, I'm counting. They can't see it. So, but slowly. Okay.
They're very wide. It's easier to pull it in under your shoulders.
Okay, 1, 2, 3,
All the way down.
4, 5, 30. Well done, David. That was actually very well executed. And if you know, like David, yeah. Well,
Yeah, okay. I could easily do 50.
shall we call the ambulance? I mean, you're in a pretty good nick. So, any ladies who are out there and like a man mature, together, not drinking, he can make 30 push-ups. Please DM.
Yeah, go on.
You know?
Put that music on, Jack. Hi, ladies.
David, you can advertise
Hi.
and say.
Hi, ladies. If you're interested in a middle-aged guy who can do 30 push-ups, yeah, go on. Oh, stop it.
Okay. I found this card. Who is it from?
That's from my personal trainer.
Oh. I thought it was like we didn't get any cards.
That's
or
right, yeah,
any-
because Danny has. Hello. She's got a very high voice like you.
Oh, really?
Oh,
don't
Hannah
like-
doesn't like that. And
don't like
so I
it.
call her Elmo.
Oh, I don't want to hear all this.
I know, I get on very well with Danny, and she's as dark as you like. So you can say mad shit to her. And she goes,
Do you?
huh?
And do you?
Well, yeah, because, when you're doing exercise and
Well, you should be
All
not
the-
talking.
all that, you don't... Sorry, that is the thing with exercise. Look at the boys getting bored.
Because you
That is the
discover
thing.
exercise at the age of 54.
No, that is the thing with exercise. Like, it doesn't matter how wealthy you are, what your position is in society. Everybody will have the same experience. Do you know what I mean? It's like a tomato. If you're a billionaire, your enjoyment of the tomato is not greater than somebody who's very poor.
But I do think that if you have a better taste bud, you can enjoy tomato better than another
What's that
person.
thing?
It's just the playoff music.
Oh, we didn't. Oh, you play.
But I just think going to toilet, it's like everybody has to do it.
Yes.
And it's no matter, are you a king
Right.
or a queen?
Yes.
Are you a millionaire, a billionaire? There some point in your life you're gonna be constipated.
Right.
Some point in your life you're gonna have a diarrhea.
Right.
And you always have to go to toilet.
Well, it used to be royalty used to have designated ass wipers.
Did they?
They had people to wipe their arse.
Well, I think apparently I heard in sumo wrestlers,
because they can't reach.
some of the guys are so big
Oh,
that they
yeah,
can't
they
reach
have
around
the-
their
Yeah,
arseholes.
Oh
yeah
my
that, I
God.
mean,
But can they have a stick with a little bit of? They can have a house.
But
they'll need a mirror.
But I know what
as
you
well.
mean. So if you are a king and you're doing exercise, the exercise doesn't come easier to you because of your social standing or how much money you have in your bank account. That's why exercise is the great leveler. There's something about the reality of pushing up weights that there's no lying. You can't lie. You can't bullshit. There's certain things.
Jack, can you step in because you do this kind of thing? Can you lie with the weights? I think you can.
No, you can't.
You can
When
cheat.
No. Oh, what?
I don't know.
Well, then you're not
Jack,
doing. No, what I'm saying, Jack is bored, is he? How can we expect people to tune into this if the people involved in the podcast are bored?
I don't know.
The Boredom Podcast.
I don't know. Yeah, put you to sleep.
Yeah. And what we're not pretending to be clever, are we?
No, I'm definitely not clever. I'm definitely not clever. But I have.
But you have an intelligent. You have seagull intelligence.
I've got Seagull Intelligence. I've got Chat GPT.
Oh, Jesus.
And
well,
and
there you
also-
go. That's interesting. Yeah, go on. What were you going to say?
Well, what I'm trying to say that it used to be that people knew a lot of things,
Yes.
and I couldn't know it because they knew. They have an advantage, better memory, better history knowledge. But now they say something,
Yeah.
and I'm instantly checking
Yeah, but
it out.
I think I was thinking along these lines. We're still in sort of the early stages of artificial intelligence.
Early.
Historically, if you go 200 years from now, this will look like early. In the same way, we're living in 2025, but people in 1925 thought it was the most modern moment, which it was at the time. Now, 100 years later, we look back to 1990. Fuck off. Look, so look, can I just say, just let me finish the point. You are carrying around this Chat GPT with you. So, but you can't. There, it's on your phone. So you can't figure something out, or you don't know something. So you defer to this.
It could be your psychiatrist. It could be your psychologist.
Just let me finish your point. Okay, I'm going to have to edit all this out. The human cyborg, in other words, artificial intelligence mixed with human consciousness. That's the way it's going. You know the way, like when you started with the mobile phone, Jack and Daniel, they used to have a big, huge battery that you'd have to carry and a big brick phone. Mm-hmm. This is in the late 80s, early 90s. And now it's just this. But I reckon 100 years from now, this AI will be just, you'll just do this. It'll be somehow incorporated. So what I'm saying is the merging AI with human consciousness, in that way achieving immortality, so that our consciousness somehow will be able to be contained. The incredible complexity of the human and elasticity of human neurons and synapses and connections will be online, so that maybe 1,000 years from now, the first person will just be online, just you know what I mean, and I want to taste something, tomato, I'll be getting the experience of what it's like to be in a body, but we'll be in the cloud.
Yeah, we
the human cloud.
It's not
because
that's
what we think heaven. That's what we think heaven is. It's again baked into our DNA. The fact that we're angels and we're floating around in a cloud. It's all there in the Bible. It reveals itself. That's what we're heading for. That's what we want. That's what we dream of. That's what we promise after death.
Bible is a book of revelation.
Well, Bible is a book of AI.
Yes.
Yes.
It's how you
so this is the early AI.
Listen. A quantum computing milestone. Google announced a breakthrough with its new quantum computer capable of solving complex problems at unprecedented speed.
There you go.
So it's like, and it's done.
Yeah.
I had a problem. I put it in ChatGPT, and it actually gave me really structured answers, evaluating me as a person, telling me what to do, how to correct my actions and what actions to take in a very non-emotional way.
It just shows you how normal your problems are, that they can use a template. You see, whereas if I did it, I wouldn't get because I'm I'm very unique. Very unique. Unique.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's true. It's not like it's just coming up with it. It's ChatGPT specifically is searching the websites and then learning. So it's kind of collating all the information and then kind of
because listen,
yes,
all very much the same.
It's not perfect, But then if you're looking to use it for a more nuanced, more specific thing, then that's where you start to see that actually humans are better at a lot of things than AI are.
But it's amazing though. But if we just evolve AI, what's it going to be able to do? What are we going to? What can we become? And that's what I'm sure that's where we are headed. That's the direction it's going in. You're holding this extra help or extra part of your brain in your hand. So you just take that to its logical conclusion.
It's okay. You can go.
What did you set up as fallacious president? And you set up a fallacious premise and prove it with logical. Oh fuck! I'm gonna have to cut this out. You set up a Anyway, that's where it's heading. Clearly, you just 200 years from now, and we'll just be somehow online.
But already now, let's say analyze the data. For AI, it takes like a second. For us, would take years. Like we would never.
But the way, like we exist in space, we exist in this world, and we're held down by gravity, and you're over there and I'm over there. I just wonder how consciousness will be planted, how it will exist. Will we like when we, the way you go online in these games, these what do they call them, virtual VR? Yeah. We put VR headsets. Yeah, I suppose it'll happen like that. We'll just have autonomous, entities in the VR world.
Yeah, I mean it's very hard to predict because it's like there's something that people overestimate the changes that will happen in a year or two,
like flying cars, and
then underestimate the changes that will happen in 10 years.
Yeah,
it was Steve Jobs or someone said that. So I think like in the next few years, I don't think we're going to see much change. But 10, 20 years,
1,000 years.
Yeah, or just even 10, 20, 50 years. What's that going to look like? How, because what...
We can't see, though. Can you imagine that this world will exist 1,000 years from now?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people can, though.
Well, because they can't comprehend 1,000 of years. Like it's the same like universe is bent or endless. No, because like I know that universe is endless, but how do I understand it? I'm not sure. And the universe is bent as well.
Do you want more booze?
Black holes.
Do you want more booze?
Yeah, sure.
Oh shit!
But you know what? A lot of these technologies are doing now is taking away the need to do kind of time-consuming tasks. Like if you're researching lots of sources on the internet, lots of things on the internet, ChatGPT can just do that for you.
In a second.
So then the idea is that it leaves you more time to come up with other ideas. So in the same way that the invention of the plow or the horse-drawn plow would have freed up so many people, because before you would need, tens of people in the field, doing the plowing action. Whereas now you have a horse and just one person who looks after the plow and the horse in case there's any malfunctions.
Yeah.
But now all these other people have, would have people been worried that what are they going to do now? They're not working on the field because the plow's taking all their jobs. But then they go on and do other jobs, and new things come out of it because new challenges arise.
I reckon I'm getting this vision of heaven, which is this virtual reality, which becomes a reality where the consciousness is online. It captures the elasticity and amazingness of the human brain, and we don't have to worry about the physical body anymore, which can fail at any moment, and it can. So we've created this thing where we just live for eternity in this endless possibility realm of virtual
but then
reality.
you're just floating.
Well, no.
The body is
you
the
can do whatever you
where
want.
you can experience stuff. I just think the body, we undermine the body because the body is like our vehicle to experience life.
But that's how. Yeah, but we do it online though. Without but maybe
I'm sorry, I have to go to the bathroom.
okay.
Can't wait any longer.
Sorry, Daniel. We'll end it now. Yeah. Okay. Daniel, thank you. Hannah. Do you want to say something?
I'm not saying something.
Okay, folks, thank you so much for tuning into And That's Why We're Not Together. That was the roundup of 2024. It's great to have Jack back. Jack is going back to Amsterdam on January 5th. But Hannah will be here, as will our Daniel. And hopefully also we're going to have Jake, my nephew. And he might step in for Jack for a few episodes. Jake, so that will be good. I'm looking forward to that. I really like Jake. He's a funny, nice young man.
Yeah.
Okay, folks. Happy New Year. Yes, we can. Come on to fuck. What else are we going to do? See you next week. Yeah? What?
Yeah, it's all going to be very good. Exciting. New Year.
Love you, Daniel and Jack and Hannah.
And please subscribe. Are we doing Patreon?
I don't know.
Well, there's a link. There's gonna be a link underneath, and you can, buy us champagne or Lucozade.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, buy us champagne or Lucozade. Yeah.
We would call it Luke and Zaid.
Moe and Shandon. No, just call it. Okay, yeah.
Luke and Zaid.
Okay,
please.
Yeah. A Patreon account because Hannah likes to wear fancy knickers.
Yeah,
okay.
Like Victoria's Secrets. That's the bottom line.
Okay.
Nothing less.
See you soon, guys. Thank you so much.